Oh, hey, John Carter. Are you here for the Kelsey Grammer stripping contest, too?
Well, Mark, that contest isn't actually real. I made it here to lure you.
Oh, well, no offense, John Carter, but I really only want to see Kelsey Grammer strip and not you.
No, Mark, I'm not here to strip. I'm here to kill you.
What? Why?
Because everyone is so sick of you as the Not Too Late host. You're too white. And they got me here to kill you myself.
But I'm not ready to go. I haven't finished my bucket list.
Your bucket list?
Yeah, my bucket list. You know, it's a list of things I want to do before I kick the bucket.
Yeah, I know what a bucket list is.
Yeah? Well, do you know what this is?
How are you making your finger blurry like that?
Look, are you going to help me with my bucket list or not?
All right, fine. What's first?
First, you're going to teach me how to ride a bike right after this. All right, we are here in the beautiful Bryan Park. It is a great day to learn how to ride a bike. This is the baby I'm going to be sitting on, it looks like.
Now, Mark, I think you're forgetting something.
That's right. Never go anywhere without protection.
That's right. I like to use a strategy where I typically like to just throw people straight in the deep end at first, just to get a feel for how it goes.
Right.
So before I teach you anything,
Yeah.
Mark, I want you just to try and ride it.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So just
Go ahead.
does this look good?
No.
So that was good, right?
No. A couple of
Okay.
notes. First thing, when you got on the bike, you forgot to kick away the kickstand, so you tried to ride it while it was preventing you from doing so.
Well, you know, the thing is, if I kick away the kickstand, I feel like it'll probably fall over. So
Okay. And just start.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how was that?
That was pretty good. You were on there for a little bit,
Yeah.
and now you just gotta have to start balancing and moving.
Am I doing it?
Yep. And then you're just gonna push off with it.
Am I going? Am I moving?
Nope. Okay. So
Oh, I haven't.
you're gonna want to lead, push forward with that foot,
Yeah.
and then start moving. Nope. So okay, your foot's getting caught up.
Well, look, I'm doing it.
Well, you're kind of riding
I'm moving.
you're kind of riding it like the Flintstones.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah. What's up?
When I was a kid, you know, I didn't know how to ride a bike. And the other kids, they laughed at me. They threw rocks at me.
Mhm.
You know, we would meet up before school at the quarry, and they would all have their bikes. And they said, okay, so, you know, we would swim in the quarry.
Yeah.
And after we got done swimming in the quarry, they would all be like, all right, time to go to school. We got our bike, so we're riding off. But I didn't have my freaking bike. So they rode off without me. I had to walk to school. I had to hitchhike. 10 minutes late. Teacher shot me in the foot.
They shot you in the foot, and that's why you never
Bow
learned
and
how to-
arrow.
Bow and arrow, and that's
Yeah.
that's why you never learned how to ride.
This is really traumatic for me.
Well, I want you to imagine that this bike. I think this bike is your bullies, and you have to prove.
You want me to ride my bullies?
Well. Yeah, come on, Mark. Come on, Mark. What you gonna do about it? You gonna do? Come catch me? All right. Yep. Okay.
Why does it keep falling off?
I don't think it fits you.
It fits. It fits fine.
Okay. Yep. Keep going. Come on. You're almost there.
Well,
It's okay. You don't need it. Come on. Finish strong.
yes! I did it. Oh. You know what, John Carter? One day, when you have 8 children named Jeremiah, Felicia, Liverpool, Great Gatsby, Finnegan, Finley, and Penis Monster, you're going to be great at teaching them how to ride a bike.
Thanks, Mark.
And we're back. Thanks for teaching me how to ride a bike, John Carter. You're my best friend.
Well, that's actually pretty sad, Mark. What's next on your list?
I've always wanted a Comedy Central style roast in my honor. Can you do that for me?
Yeah. Let's see what I can put together on short notice. Welcome, everyone, to the roast of Mark Lowney. We have gathered some of Not Too Late's best writers and producers here to make fun of Mark openly to his face. Now, I would like it to be clear that Mark asked for this himself, so we hold absolutely zero accountability for what will be said. Now, to kick things off, I would like to offer some of my own comments about our good friend Mark here. To start, I would say Mark looks like he was breastfed until about the age of 11. Now, truly, I can't lie. I did have to sleep with Mark Lowney to get the hosting job. But Mark Lowney having sex is kind of like when you watch the fattest kid on the cross-country team just barely make it to the end of that 5K.
Yep.
Now, I've never met Mark's parents, and I'm sure they would love to after the things I've had to say about their son. But based on him alone, I can only assume that Mark Lowney has his mom's voice, his mom's breasts, and his father's lack of social awareness. But truly, Mark, I want to say that thank you for all you've done for the show. You have been a hilarious and outstanding host, and I'm truly honored to take the reins after you. But with that being said, you look like you would OD on Strawberry Fanta. I will now hand it over to longtime writer and producer for Not Too Late, Michaela Taylor.
All right. Well, wow. I am honored to be opening the Mark Lowney roast. The last time I think we all saw someone this white, inhuman, and universally hated on a roast stage was when they invited Ann Coulter to the Comedy Central roast of Rob Lowe. I mean, this dude's, look at him. That's like the whitest guy I've ever seen. Like, he looks like if a Kraft like white deluxe single had a wish to become a human, and like it kind of worked, but like you can still see it. The thing about Mark is that he's filled a lot of shoes. He's been the host, he's been a writer, he's done a lot of things for Not Too Late. And one time he told me he wanted to be the guy at like the airport that like flags the plane where to go with those things. But I had to have like a Little Miss Sunshine, like you can't fly jets if you're colorblind moment with him, because he moves his hands way too much anytime he's hosting this show. Like, he will be standing completely still and move his hands just so much. And he would be responsible for like the worst like air traffic in American history, which is saying a lot considering that this is the guy who thought that a cockpit was something that they fry the chicken tenders in at Raising Cane's. Let's see. So I asked Mark his favorite song. First time I saw him wearing those wire earbuds around his neck. If y'all know him, y'all know the wire earbuds. They're just like, they're there. I thought he was gonna answer with some like virgin like car seat headrest, because, you know, look at him. He then pointed out that most of the time they're not even plugged in. They're literally just there. And I learned recently that Jeff Probst, host of Survivor, has a podcast, so thankfully his dilapidated earbuds will finally get some use. I think this guy plays out entire seasons of Survivor like on his bedroom ceiling at night when he's trying to sleep, like that little drug-addicted girl from the Queen's Gambit, like how she plays chess. But instead of having a crippling dependency on prescription medications, he just has undiagnosed autism. Mark Lowney is so scared of Evansville, and for a long time I thought it was because of their incredibly high like opioid and heroin usage. It takes a lot of lives. It's actually really sad. But he's causing the real overdose crisis in Indiana, because every time this man opens his mouth to say literally anything, it makes me want to swallow a fistful of fentanyl. Mark is, he's something. He's what happens, you know that phrase, don't put all your eggs in one basket? He's what happens when you do put all the eggs in one basket, except instead of eggs, it's hoodie strings, and instead of a basket, it's his own mouth. And speaking of Mark just being so goddamn big, he is the first person person, literally in human history, to have a bra size and A1C that match. So, you know, Mark, you've broken a lot of records on this show in your time here. You ate 19 chicken tenders, almost 2 pizzas, which, you know, seems like an average day for you. And we're really gonna miss you a lot. So thank you for this honor to completely tear you apart.
Mark is built like a JPEG. Mark looks like a Funko Pop of a human version of Kevin the Minion from Minions. Mark is so stupid. If Mark was in a Avicii song, he would be Shame on Me. If Mark was in a Avicii song, he would be Waiting for Love.
Okay.
Two-parter. Mark is so oafish, he once went off to market with the cart before the horse. I kid.
I didn't think you'd bring that up.
No holds barred. Mark is like a living YouTube short. If Kirby from Kirby swallowed Mark, he would acquire the ability of not being a very good person. If Mark wrote a book, I would high-key not read it. Mark has the aura of a slightly damp pine cone. If I had a gun with 1 bullet and I was in a room with Mark and reanimated Robo-Hitler, I would shoot reanimated Robo-Hitler, but I would honestly probably think about it for a second first. Mark looks like an inconvenient Tetris piece. Mark is like a sock puppet that made a wish to come to life. I once watched Mark try to pay for food at Arby's with a $7 bill. Mark reminds me of that section of the periodic table that's disconnected from the rest, and I bet he knows the name of it too. Thank you.
That's the opioid section.
Yeah.
All right. Mark, you and I are both really big fans of video games, as we on the show know very well. But I gotta say, you look like a me character whose mouth was made way too small. That's not to say too much about you, but seriously, I feel like whoever put this thought into your character design really went all out with the crazy stuff. You look like you were made with capybara DNA, which is why you got the glasses.
Yeah, capybaras famously wear.
But like, I mean, you look very well put together. Obviously, you're a host. We care very much about appearances on the show, which is why I'm wearing an orange striped t-shirt. But Mark, when are you going to sell me that car insurance, man? You promised me like 5 months ago, and it just never came around, but it's all good. But anyways, you've done all sorts of things on this show, some very marvelous things, and we're really gonna miss you, man. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be sad that you're, dying and stuff.
What?
Oh, could someone put me down in his will so I can get his chewed up t-shirts? Because I bet those things are gonna make millions on eBay.
I gotta admit, when I first heard that I was gonna be roasting Mark, I was really scared that I wouldn't be able to come up with enough material, but I think we'll be good. So the first thing that you need to know about Mark is that he's proud of where he's from. He shouldn't be. The only thing Floyd Snobs is good at is high school theater, which Mark didn't even do because he was too busy making short films in his bedroom that only a mother could love.
Oh my God.
It might not look like it, but Mark has actually really good taste in music. So good, in fact, it almost makes up for everything else about him. In his time at NTL, as an NTL host, Mark has lost 2 eating challenges. Maybe he would finally win one if the food was graphic tees. Our last host may have had a criminal record, but at least they weren't Mark Lowney.
Oh my God. Shot at Mia Holtzman.
But for real, Mark, I love you. I'm really gonna miss you. And I would say you're like a brother to me, but you're actually more like a weird cousin. So, see you next Thanksgiving, cuz.
All right, okay, thank you, Delia. That was a great roast. I'm so excited to be closing this for you, Mark. You're one of my favorite people. Mark, it's one of my favorite people. I'm so sad he's gonna die by the end of this episode. So sad. Mark Lowney is a man of many achievements. This morning, he put on both of his socks all by himself. Good job, Mark. Yes, good job. Yeah, that was the first time he's ever done that. Speaking of first times, he also had losing his virginity on his bucket list too, but he deemed it too unrealistic. Yes. Mark's biggest accomplishment is hosting the show. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, the only host that's worse than Mark was P. Diddy, but at least the things Diddy hosted were popular. The only host Mark is a host for Parasites. Maybe you should host a tapeworm next, you fat Mark has failed 2 food eating competitions, which is ridiculous because eating food is what Mark was built to do. I mean, just look at those hips. Ooh. Yes, next time Mark goes to the doctor, I think they're just going to pull up the Not Too Late playlist and go, so about that diet we had you on. I'm convinced he's going to do another competition and Tanya Harding, the other competitors, though I don't think Mark can lift a lead pipe. Mark Lowney is so great. Oh, sorry, I misread the teleprompter. Mark Lowney's so gay. Derogatory. Look, in all seriousness, Mark's a great guy. He's done a fantastic job hosting the show the past 3 seasons, so I know he's going to go off and do at least above average work out in the real world. Mark, thank you so much for letting us roast you. I hope you didn't develop a complex. Thank you all for tuning in to the Roast of Mark Lowney. Good night.
You guys were pretty mean.
Well, we have time for one more thing on that bucket list. What do you want to do, Mark?
John Carter, I've always wanted to solve a big mystery. Save the city, win the girl, that type of thing. What do you think?
How about an escape room?
Sure. We'll be right back to do an escape room. John Carter and I are here at Escape 812. We are in Granny's basement. Our time is ticking now. We are doing this escape room. Our grandma apparently had a gambling problem. She's in danger of losing her millions. We gotta find the number for her offshore bank account.
So let's help Grandma. We have to mix in toilet, bake on dirty pan, and serve warm to children.
That's interesting. I found this. It was just
Grandma's.
I think I probably need to wear this to escape.
All right, yeah. So you keep that on.
Okay. You making some music?
Well, there's 5 numbers, which means there's probably about, I believe, 10,000 combinations. Now we have an hour.
So let's try every single one. All right. Hold on.
We were
One,
getting somewhere.
1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 6. 1, 1, 1, 0. 1, 1, 1, 9. 1, 1, 1, 7. 1, 1, 6. 1. 1, 1, 0, 1.
Mark.
So I found some of Granny's underwear. I'm not gonna put this one on. I'm drawing a picture of me and Grandma. This is me, this is Grandma. As you can see, I added on to my drawing of me and Grandma. I gave myself a balloon to show my sense of whimsy, and Grandma has a gun to protect us from any attackers.
And we're back. Oh, John Carter, I'm so scared. I don't want to die.
You know, I've been thinking about it, Mark, and I don't really know if I have it in me to kill you.
Really?
Really, I mean, I don't think it's a rule that the host has to die to be replaced. You can just retire and then I'll take over. No blood on my hands.
Oh, wow, this is the best day ever. Thanks, John Carter. I'm out of here. Good luck with the show.
Oh my God. After witnessing such a horrific accident, I don't know if I can bring it to myself to host the show. Nah, just kidding. I've had that tripwire there installed for months. Anyways, stay tuned for the season 15 finale of Not Too Late. See you next time.
Thanks for watching Not Too Late on IUSTV. Check out the Not Too Late playlist for more interviews, sketches, and other silliness. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Indiana University Student Television YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram at IUSTV Entertainment. Do it or else.